Ahmed, how are you?
Alhamdulillah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Alright. Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. Nuh alayhi salam was a clever man. He used to tell all the people about Allah. He told them that there is only one God, but they did not listen to him. They thought statues and pictures that humans had made with their own hands were God. Nuh alayhi salam tried and tried for many, many years to make them believe, but only some of them believed him about Allah. One day Allah told Nuh to make a big boat. He told him how to make it. Nuh alayhi salam worked hard all day and all night to build it, and the angels helped him. The people made fun of him and thought he was silly because there was no water nearby. But Allah had told Nuh that so much water was going to come that all the houses and roads would be covered like a sea. And that's why they would need the big boat. Allah told Nuh alayhi salam to take the good people and take two of each animal, bird and insect, on the boat where they would be safe. Then the water came, and there was so much that even the mountains were covered. But Nuh alayhi salam, the good people, and the animals and birds and insects were safe. And when the water went away again, they thanked Allah and lived happily. A thorn. Once upon a time, there was a terrible punishment underway in a certain country. They were feeding the criminals to the hungry lions. People would gather to watch this horrifying scene. The criminal that day was the criminal that day was a slave who had escaped from his owner. He was left in the middle of an arena surrounded by high walls. They let a hungry lion into the arena. At first, the lion got ready to pounce on the poor man, but suddenly he stopped and started to lick the slave's hands. The spectators were astonished. They asked the slave why the lion had not attacked him. The slave said, "One day I saw this lion in the forest. A thorn had lodged itself in its paw, and it was in great pain. I pulled out the thorn, and since that day we have been good friends." People got touched by this story. They set both the lion and the slave free. To the people's amazement of the lion, the to the people's amazement, the lion was following the slave as if it was his pet cat. What a wonderful saying of our Prophet! God shows his mercy to those who are merciful. Have compassion to creatures on earth so that those in heaven may have mercy upon you. Alright. Allah is one. Allah is one. He is the one God. He was not born. He will not die. He has no father. He has no mother. He has no wife. He has no children. He is one and alone. Allah is one. He has no partner. He has no need for children to live after him. Allah does not need children to help him. He does not need anyone to help him. Man needs to eat, man needs to drink, man needs to sleep, man needs to rest. But Allah does not need to do any of these things. Allah does not eat, Allah does not drink. He gives man to eat, He gives man to drink. Allah does not need to rest, sleep does not come to him, nothing tires him. Allah does not feel sleepy. Alright, you alone do we worship and you alone do we ask for help. Okay, did by the way, did we finish Suratul Fatiha translation?
We reached the part where we
Okay.
talked about the Christians.
Alright,
So yeah.
alright. Okay, okay. Okay, you alone do we worship and you alone do we ask for help. Okay, this means that you alone we worship, that is evident that there is no complication in it. What does it mean that you alone do we ask for help? We ask the help for a doctor, we ask the help of an engineer, we ask help of different people around the world in this life. So, what does it mean that you alone do we ask for help? Okay, let me give you an example. Two people having COVID go to the same doctor, the doctor gives them the same prescription. One person dies, one person lives. What is the reason behind it? Humam, are you there?
Yeah. Allah chose for that person to die and not the other one.
Yeah, yeah, that is correct, mashallah. So, doctor is only a means for the disease to be cured, but the real person, the real being who is controlling that disease and who is responsible to cure that disease is Allah Himself. So now, this world, the life which we are living in this world, is a test for us whether we believe in Allah or we believe in other than Allah. This is a test for us. That is why Allah did not cure the other guy, the other person, miraculously. So he used the doctor in order to create a means of curing that person. But in reality, it was Allah's final decision that this person will be cured from this problem or this disease. So the doer of things is Allah in reality, and the things which we see and the people which we see in this world are just a means. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
Secondly, to the doctor also, Allah has given him intelligence and different faculties to see with, to hear with, to taste with, to sense and feel and analyze, and then produce the results. It is Allah who has given him the abilities to do. So, in reality, Allah helps us. If Allah does not wills to help us in any problem, then even the whole world tries to help us, we can't be helped. So, the people and the things which we see in this world are just a means. The real result is at the hand of Allah, in the hand of Allah. Guide us to the straight path, the path of Islam. Okay, here the translation is guide us, but in other, there are some other translations. It is also said, make us steadfast on the right path. Okay, so guide us and make us steadfast, or guide us steadfast, make us steadfast on the right path, the path of Islam. The path of those whom you have favored by guiding them aright. Alright. Who are those people who are the favored ones? Number one, the messengers. Number two, their practicing followers. Number three, martyrs who fight in the way of Islam in the battlefield for Islam. They fight and they die. They are called martyrs. And all the pious people, all the practicing Muslims, they are included in the list of those who have been favored by Allah. And not the path of those with whom you are angry, the Jews. Why is Allah angry with the Jews? The reason is simple. They have killed many prophets. They have uh, cut Sayyidina Yahya alayhi salam, Prophet Yahya alayhi salam. They cut him in two pieces with the saw. So he was murdered by them very brutally. And same is the case with other messengers and other prophets. Number one. Number two, the Jews are who? Who are the Jews? They are the descendants of Prophet Ishaq alayhi salam. Do you know about Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam?
I don't. I've heard of it. I don't know exactly what his
Okay,
story
okay,
was.
okay. So Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam, we will come about his story later on in the book, inshallah. But for the time being, just keep that in mind. The Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had two wives. The first one was Sarah. She was named Sarah. And the second one was named Hajira. Now Sarah had no son in the beginning, but his second wife, she got a son, and his name is Ismail alayhi salam. Now the Arabs are the descendants or the kin and the children of Ismail alayhi salam. And later on in his life, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam had another son from his first wife, Sarah, in the old age. His name, he was named Ishaq. So Ishaq and Ismail were both step brothers. And Arabs are the descendants of Ismail, whereas the Bani Israel or the Jews are the descendants of Ishaq alayhi salam. Now, Prophet Ishaq alayhi salam had many uh, grandsons and many from his descendants who were prophets themselves. One of them was Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam, who had 12 sons. The 10 sons were from his first wife, and the two sons were from his second wife. So all the 10 and the two remaining, they were stepbrothers to each other. Their children later on formed different clans, and based upon those 12 sons of Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam, they are the 12 clans of Bani Israel. Israel is the title of Hazrat Sayyidina Yaqub alayhi salam. And Bani means children. So Bani Israel means the children of Ishaq alayhi salam. Now the Orthodox Jews or the original Jews are those who are related by blood to their forefathers, reaching back to Prophet Ishaq alayhi salam, reaching back to Prophet Yaqub and then to Prophet Ishaq. Now, the Jews have this problem that why the final messenger is from the Arabs? Why not from the Jews? This is the jealousy inside their hearts which prevents them from accepting Islam. And the third and the most important thing is that they know that Islam is the truth, but despite of knowing the truth, they reject it. Why? Because of their ignorance and arrogance, because they are jealous that why the final messenger is not from them, why from the Arabs. This is their problem. And later on, you will be studying in the Quran also, inshallah, that they have been a very disobedient people throughout history. The Bani Israel were the most disrespectful and disobedient to Allah. That is why Allah is angry on them. So we are asking Allah to please do not make us one of them, nor the path of those who have gone astray, the Christians. What it means is that they were practicing Muslims in the times of Prophet Isa alayhi salam. They were his followers. But later on, when Prophet Isa alayhi salam was raised alive in the heavens by Allah, and we will talk about it later on, inshallah, when Prophet Isa alayhi salam's story comes. Now, what happened was that uh, some of the disciples, some of the followers, were misled by Shaitan, and later on they changed the Injil, the book which was revealed on Prophet Isa alayhi salam, and introduced Trinity. And that is why the Christians are the ones who are ignorant. They are not arrogant, but they are ignorant of the true knowledge of the book of Allah, which has been lost. Injil has been lost. The original Injil is nowhere to be found, and the words of the Injil has been changed, and that is why they call it the Bible. Bible is a fictional book written by men. It's not a divine book. The divine book is Injil, which was revealed on Prophet Isa alayhi salam. Anyway, so a true Muslim is he who has the proper knowledge of Islam and he also practices it. He is humble. So you will be witnessing this, that most of the people who revert to Islam are from the Christians, not from the Jews or any other religion. Christians are the people who are accepting Islam, alhamdulillah, at an increasing number. This, and the reason is that they are humble. Their only problem is ignorance. They are ignorant of the true religion. However, whenever they find that the truth is Islam, they immediately, most of them, not all, but the majority of them, accept Islam. And that is why uh, in reality, they are good, nice people, but they have, out of their, because of their ignorance of the true religion, they have gone astray. However, anybody who tries to seek guidance from Allah, Allah will guide him no matter what. There can be different means. For example, that person will be reading a good, inspiring book, or maybe the Quran with its translation, or maybe that person will be going somewhere and a Muslim will show an act of kindness, like he will help him and he will be touched, or he will be listening to a sermon by the Imam of the masjid and it will be so inspiring and there will be so much sincerity that that person will be affected by it. So there are many means through which a person can gain guidance or accept Islam. In other words, it is Allah who will decide what means to use. But the reality is that whenever a person truly wants to be guided and he is sincere in his pursuit of the truth, then Allah guides that person. So a Muslim, a true Muslim is he who first of all gains the proper knowledge of Islam, and secondly he is humble and practices Islam properly. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
All right. So inshallah, meet you tomorrow. Wish you best of luck. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Walaikum assalam.